Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.
Welcome to the Rock and Review. I'm so thrilled to have on an incredibly multi-talented artist, that does TV, film, music. Oh, did I mention he has a vintage Martin also? And his dad's banjo.
He only loves me for my guitar.
You know what? It's so great to have you on, John.
Great to be here.
Last time I bumped into you was at Johnny Highland's charity deal.
Right.
And then you and I had met years ago with your work with the Children's
Miracle Network.
Telethon.
I think that's fantastic. We were down in Orlando.
Yeah.
And we are now 35 years old, the Children's Miracle, not me.
And you are a co-founder of that, along with Marie Osmond.
Yep. And we've now raised $6 billion for children's hospitals, and certainly one of the greatest hospitals in the country is right here in Nashville, Vanderbilt Children's Hospital.
Wow, it's so amazing, and all the work that you've done, obviously, with the Dukes of Hazzard stuff, and also with Smallville, that so many people know
you look
from
like
that.
a Smallville fan.
I helped launch that show. But I remember you from the Dukes, And then what a lot of people don't realize, though, John, is your incredible music career. And we were talking before we came in the studio, you've had 4 hits on Billboard,
4 number ones.
4 number ones.
And then, 4 number ones.
And then also, you were hanging out with Johnny Cash.
Well, yeah.
Living at his house.
Like that, yeah. Johnny and I did a movie called Stagecoach.
I remember.
And to bring this full circle, Johnny sang a song called The General Lee on the Dukes of Hazzard album that was written by Tom Bresh.
Right.
So
our mutual friend.
Our mutual friend, our crazy friend Tom Bresh. So Johnny and I hit it off so well right off the bat. And what was fascinating about that time is while we did Stagecoach, it was Johnny, Waylon, Chris, and Willie, who were the highwaymen at that point.
Which I
but
love.
While we were filming, my album Memory Like You was the #1 album in the country.
Wow.
So yeah, I had a great time working with Jimmy Bowen and the folks at MCA.
Right.
But then we kind of clashed about creativity, so I took my toys and left.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that country music videos would never have anything whatsoever to do with the sale of country music. And
they might have been wrong on that one.
No, they're not very forward thinking. And so I went away for a couple of decades.
Yeah.
But when I came back, Alicia and I made an album called the Ruffled Skirts.
I was going to bring that up. That was last year.
That was last year.
And it did very well.
It did really, really well. It came out of the flood. It came out of tragedy.
Right.
We lost everything twice in 2016. But that old Martin that you're talking about washed right back into my hands, and the Ruffled Skirts album came out of that.
Well, and I wanted to bring up also, John, to where, and I think, once again, very forward-thinking of you, but with Odyssey, your new project, which also came out of the flood with your studio and everything in Louisiana, you guys have kind of gone with a new concept on this, releasing a live song every week, every Tuesday.
We release a new single every Tuesday. It's a way of getting a lot of material back into the hopper, really, because I have been away for quite some time. So in this day and age, there's no such thing as an album anymore.
No.
There's not even really any such thing as a CD, really. So everything you put out has to be a single.
Right.
So it means there are no B-sides, there are no album cuts, and what that means is there are no songs that are anything less than something you think could be #1.
Right, which you already have had #1 in Italy, I want to bring up.
That's right, Crazy Women. I love Crazy Women. Crazy Women was #1 in Italy, and right now we have one called Can I Buy You a Beer that's in top 40 on the breakout charts.
And that's what I got to bring up, too, that a lot of people may not know, with your rich musical history. But you've, reached out to so many great people here, and you're working with Paul Lime.
Paul Lime,
thank you.
Greatest drummer in the world. Paul, and he's also the producer of the Odyssey. Paul Overstreet, Tom Bresh.
Steve Warner.
Steve Warner is on it. Tanya Tucker is on it. Bobby Bear is on it. Songwriters like Chuck Cannon.
Oh, my gosh.
Songwriters like Bobby Tomberlin.
Yeah.
Brian Mayer.
You've got the best of the best.
We did it in 3 different sittings. So the first time we did 22 songs in 4 days.
Wow.
And we cut them all live.
Yeah.
But then they are mixed. We've got the greatest engineer. His name is Bob Bullock. He worked on the Rumors album. He's one of the 3 people that took basically a mess and turned it into the Rumors album and created Fleetwood Mac.
Right.
So Bob Bullock is our engineer and our sound mixer. And because I don't want it to sound like, we cut them live and it's like we're just in a room. No, we did it at Soundstage.
Wow.
And these are every bit as good or better, I think, than anything that's on radio today.
Well, you know, and I think it's just a forward-thinking process, too, on it, John. And you're going to have your greatest hit stuff coming out and a Christmas song, right?
A Christmas album.
Christmas album?
Yeah, we're going to have a whole Christmas album coming out with one of my favorite songs. This is not sacrilegious, I promise you. Because I've run it by a lot of people
right.
And of all kinds of different faiths, and they said, no, that's actually really great. It's biblically accurate. It's a conversation between Joseph and Mary where he's saying, come on, girl, who the baby daddy? And it's so good that now nobody's heard this yet.
Right.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Okay, here first.
I asked Tyler Perry if he would allow me to take Medea footage, because the bridge of it is, last night at a Motel 6 in Jerusalem, an angel came to him, gave him an offer he could not refuse, and said, do you know who I am? You the baby daddy? So Tyler agreed, just like that. He said, absolutely, you take Medea. And so Medea is going to be playing The Great I Am.
How amazing, which I love that song.
In this Who the Baby Daddy.
Well, you know, and once again, too, I want to make sure our viewers know, John, you really haven't gone anywhere. You've been creating and doing stuff the whole time. You're working with Tyler Perry.
And we created an app.
Yes, and an app.
I've been working with Tyler Perry in a great show called The Haves and Have-Nots. I play someone that makes J.R. Ewing look like a choir boy. But if you want to know anything about me, if you want to be able to get a hold of the music, if you want to know what the tour schedule is, if you want to watch movies, anything, just go to the App Store and download the John Schneider app. It's free. It's a wonderful portal. It'll help you communicate with me.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a stalker's best friend. You'll know,
it's
you'll know exactly where I
holidays.
am. It's great for the holidays. And it's a lot of fun. I'm having a ball dancing and singing and touring and chatting with you.
You know what? And
you cannot have my guitar.
You're doing, come on, just for a little while.
No.
You're doing Dancing with the Stars also.
Woo-hoo!
And so you're like a lean, mean dancing country
24
machine.
pounds. I've lost 24 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm having a great time on that show. And regardless of how it turns out, I will be singing on the finale.
How amazing.
And I'll be singing Walk a Mile in My Shoes and You'll Wind Up
Will you
at a bar.
Will you be playing my favorite guitar when you're on there also, possibly?
Probably so. But I'm not telling you where it is. There is nothing on the app that tells you where my guitar is sitting.
You know, the problem is we have a lot of mutual friends like George Gruen, and you know, and George
I know.
has
George
turned
is
you
who
on.
sold me that guitar in 1981.
And also your 8-string Taylor.
I have an 8-string Taylor. I have a sinker as well. That lovely young lady right over there got me for my birthday.
Well, you know, I want to bring up too that you know you've got your whole film production company with Cineflex, and you guys are doing a Yeehaw.
We do a live comedy variety show out of our barn called Yeehaw, which is very similar to Hee Haw, which I did 6 times with Buck.
Right.
It was great.
Oh my gosh.
And
yes.
Roy. Our first guest on the show we had, Lulu Roman from Hee Haw.
Right.
How about that? Second guest, Ruth Buzzy from Rowan and Martin's
Love
Laugh-In.
her.
Tom Bresh has been on the show. Kix Brooks has been on the show. So we do that. Dancing with the Stars kind of took a big chunk out of my schedule. But we do that. We're going to do one of those for Christmas. So when we do our Christmas Beaux-Arts, we're doing another Yeehaw right from the barn at John Schneider Studios in Louisiana.
My gosh. Man, I got to bring this up. You know, we were talking, you know, about all your great, you know, with the TV and the movies and everything. But, you know, I read a little stuff, John. I need you to fill me in to where, as a young child, you were kind of into magic.
Oh, I still am. I love magic.
Are you? And so what happened with the whole Houdini thing that went wrong?
Yet it didn't go wrong. It did not. I'm here.
Not what I read.
If
You gotta fill me
if
in.
it went wrong, I would have drowned.
What did your mom and dad say on the Houdini
My mom was
thing?
furious. But what I
about
did
this.
is I tied myself up and then chained myself. I had my friends chain me. And when my mother got home from work, we lived in an apartment building that had a pool. And I had a buddy of mine push me into the pool, into the deep end. And I was going through my my Houdini escape magic phase. But you know, I was out before I hit the bottom. And then you just kind of flail around and look like you're running out of...
But your mother was not really thrilled with this.
No, she said if I'd have drowned, she'd have killed me.
But so do you still play with magic then?
I still play with magic. I'm still a lifetime member of the Magic Castle out in California, out in Hollywood.
That is so amazing.
Love cards and coins and all manner of magic. It's fascinating.
You are a man of many gifts.
Well, I thank you. I have a lot of interests. And when I was a kid...
And some of them pay.
Some of them pay, but you know, if they don't, it's okay. I still
Right.
love them. I've never made a dime doing magic, but I love, love, love to do magic.
Feed your heart.
I love to play the guitar. I love to write songs now.
yeah.
Because of the Odyssey project, I'm having the opportunity to write with Bobby Tomerlin and Chuck Cannon and Paul Overstreet.
Well, and also, John, I think it's so
Keith
incredible.
Stegall, I've been writing over at Keith's place with Brian
Oh, wow.
and Jacob Lyda. My gosh, they're incredible writers.
Well, and I think that you're bringing something good and positive with your songs and your music out of that flood with the Odyssey, and then sharing it with your fans and finding new fans.
Well, yeah, we
in
had
the
a
U.S.
choice.
and Italy.
We had a choice in Italy and in Scotland, by golly. We had a choice when life turns around on you and takes everything away. We weren't insured. We couldn't be insured where the studio is below the floodplain. It's Louisiana. It's
Right.
wet. It's a wet state.
Everything is floodplain there.
But you have a choice. You can either give up or dig your heels in and rebuild and fight harder.
Right.
And that's what we decided to do. And it was Alicia's idea, actually, to have music come out of this whole thing. She saw me playing that great old Martin, 1936, 0021. He's salivating.
Killing me.
And she came in to have a conversation with me, and I put the guitar down. She said, "Why do you do that?" And I said, "Well, playing the guitar makes me feel better." She said, "No, not why did you pick it up? Why did you put it down?" And out of
lady.
that, we've now done, including the Odyssey, nearly 100 songs.
Wow.
Recordings, full-blown, fully produced recordings.
And they were in you all
from
the time.
that question.
And you can't deny the Johnny Cash history and everything else.
No,
and
no,
all
no.
the great, Waylon and everybody else that you've been around all your life.
I
think it's
happen
kind of
to be in
fulfilling
the
that.
right place at the right time. Some of my best friends, because the Dukes was such a monster show in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, yeah.
I hung around with Waylon. John, I lived with John. John and June were dear, dear friends of mine. Toured with Conway.
Oh, my gosh.
Toured with Dottie West. It's been fantastic. I mean, Bobby Bear came out to be on the Odyssey project.
And Bobby's
Tanya
still
Tucker
playing and
came out.
singing?
Yeah. So I feel very, very fortunate, very, very blessed to have had those relationships, and those relationships have lasted all these years.
Right.
So now when I'm jumping back into country music, I've got a very strong fan base in legendary country music artists.
Totally.
So I'm excited. I'm
Well,
excited about
I
it.
just want to make sure our viewers, be sure and download the app, John Schneider. You can also go to the website, which is John Schneider
Studios. But if you get the app, it'll take you to the website anyway.
go.
So just get the app.
And so,
right?
so you got new music with Odyssey. You've got Dancing with the Stars, TV shows, you name it.
all the
Whatever-
movies we did, yep. And you can come stay at the studio. We have an Airbnb.
How amazing!
Yeah, so if you get the app, you can click on the button that says, "Come stay with us." Why not?
More great music coming. Be sure and check out John Schneider. Thanks for watching the Rockin' Review.
Musicians Institute Guitarcraft program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.